following show features stupid opinions and ideas from two idiot brothers who probably did little research and practiced zero due diligence on the topic at hand. The MLO Bros opinions do not reflect the views of their employer, guests, sponsors, families, neighbors, or pets. If you do not like what they are saying and don't agree with their views or opinions, don't watch the show. We can promise we do not care. Welcome to the worst show on the internet.
Hey, Isaac.
Hey.
Let me set up a little thing here. Go ahead, do the intro real fast.
Welcome to the MLO Bros. I'm Isaac. That over there is Luke. We are going to be talking to Geno Defabio tonight. Luke, why are we talking to a politician?
Why? I know you hate it. I know.
Why are we doing this?
I know,
Isaac. I like Geno. I hate politicians.
I know you do.
Why are we talking to a politician?
I know. Because, Isaac, you and I have been sent to Mahoning County to upheave the status quo. That's why we're talking to Geno. We're not talking to any other. Literally, he's the only politician we're talking to. Like, the entire whatever.
It just feels icky.
And he's not really a politician, right? I mean, he
is a politician. What is he running for? What is he running for?
Commissioner? County Commissioner. And
I feel like the only reason we're talking to him is because we're just trying to we're trying to get rid of the nastiness that's in, like the liars and the cheats that are currently in there.
The status quo of Youngstown, the corrupt politicians that only care about their party, they don't care about their people. And Dave Ditzler and Carol Righetti, the current Mahoning County commissioners, are that in my mind, right? They fired the poor janitor, Ricky Morrison, for supporting Geno, who was running against him. Right? That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. And that's it. And here's the thing. And like I said, I had a little thing earlier. If Geno goes to shit and he goes off and starts firing people for supporting you and I will go after him, and he knows it and everybody knows it, except for the people who support Dave Ditzler because they're like, you guys are playing favorites. So that's where we're at. That's where we're at. So we're gonna have, and I know you hate it. So here, let's bring him on. So Geno, you hear this guy? He's mad at me because of having you on.
Politician. I'm not a politician. I don't want to be a politician. Number one, I'm going to run this time, and when I win, I'm going to run for one term. After this, 2 terms. That's all I want. I'm not looking for a career.
You're not going to be a career politician back into the 80s?
No, absolutely not. I mean, that's what I don't detest them, but our government wasn't set up to go there and be there forever. You know what I mean? You weren't supposed to. We had citizen representatives. A farmer would leave, go do some time, show what he could do or whatever, then go back to the farm.
Is there a limit for how many times you can run as a commissioner?
Not for county commissioner, no. Not the only limit in the county is on the judges, and that's by age, and that's from the state.
And
if you keep getting reelected, you can stay there forever.
Yeah, Righetti's been there a couple times, right? Ditzler's been there a couple times.
3-4 terms, and it's believe me. I'm not looking for a career again. Like I said, I'm 61 years old. I've had my career. I've driven truck. I've worked in warehouses. That's what I did. You know what I mean? I'm a working guy.
So why?
And I've seen things that are being done at the county level that I can change, and that's what I want to do.
Yeah, so why? Like when I do something, Isaac and I, you might not think we have a plan, but we normally have a plan of what we're doing and the moves we make and everything. I mean, you got to have some sort of reason why you want to run. Like what did it for you? Like, you're like, that's it. I'm running for commissioner.
Well, just listening to people talk and saying they're not satisfied with what's going on in the county, how the county is run, how our money's being spent. I mean, that's the whole thing of my campaign is it's your money. And it's that, but through the years, I mean, at least the last 60, 62, 65 years, there's been one party rule in the county, and no one's ever challenged it. No one's ever challenged it because there's never a chance. Nobody had a chance. And when somebody does try to support somebody other than the regime, as I call it down there, They take them out. They try to take them out.
What do you mean by regime? It's usually Democrat or what?
It's been, I mean, this is Mahoning County, Isaac. You have to know that if you're not a Democrat, you never had a chance to get elected.
Isaac, look at what they did to Ungaro. Remember with the Board of Election that we covered?
Yeah.
We covered that where Eric Ungaro got screwed by the freaking lawyer. What's his name? Beatrice and those guys. It was such a scam and sham. It wasn't even funny.
But it's just the way it is. And I keep hearing all the time, well, that's politics of Mahoning County. You know, they're going to run it the way, if somebody's in office and they see no threat from the outside to, you know, their positions, they're going to stay there forever. They could do whatever they want. And they do whatever they want. I want to represent the regular working class stiff, the regular Joe Bag of Donuts resident who says, you know, enough is enough. They could come at me. They've told people that I'm going to be arrested. I mean, on numerous occasions, they've made up stories about me. I'm just, honest to God, I'm just a regular guy. I'm not stupid, and I'm not unqualified, as my opponent would say. I have ideas. I have a perspective to take to that office that they don't have. And that's what I want to do.
Somebody must have taken over Ditzler's Facebook page, because there was a time where we were kind of throwing grenades at him and he was attacking back. And the worst thing you could do to Isaac and I is attack back. Right. And just ask Nikki Frenchko about the video we made about her a couple. Did you see that one?
Oh, they're trying to compare me. My opponent, I don't even like saying his name, but he says, "Oh, if you elect him, we're going to have what Trumbull County has." I'm not running to be a disruptor. I'm running to be a fresh outside voice. You know, some dissension is good. It makes discussion. Isaac, we could talk about politics. I would drag you into a conversation and we could disagree, but we could both learn from each other. If you always agree with the same, if there's three of you and you always agree, what the hell are we paying the other two for?
Yeah.
I mean, I was laughing at the advertisement when they were trying to paint you as Nikki 2.0. I was laughing.
That was so funny.
Yeah, I know. It's hilarious.
There ain't no way you're not crazy enough, man. You're not.
Please. Yeah. they take my Facebook pictures and use them all over their Facebook. And when I see them out, I mean, I do see these people. I say, hey, I'll give you a smile. I says, use a good picture. You know, I put most of the pictures I put on Facebook are nice pictures of myself. But I say, well, I'll give you a smile. You want to use my picture? Let's take some. How do you want me to stand? They don't bother me. They can't. They can't affect me and hurt me.
And if you're going to be anything like Nikki, I 100% support you, because Nikki Frenchko has given us a boundless amount of content. I am thankful for Nikki Frenchko. You know, she might. I don't know how she feels about us, but man,
I don't think she likes you, but. You know, it's cannon fodder. I don't want to be cannon fodder for you guys. I really don't.
Screw up. If you get in there, big guy, you screw up, you're gonna be cannon fodder.
You'll have a blind.
We've told, and you know, we're friends with Santos too. You know, Robert Santos, trustee for Austintown. We're very good friends with him. And we have told him, and he knows it since day one. You screw up, dude, we're gonna come at like it's just the way it is. And
he says, if I start doing shady stuff, I want you to come for me. And that's what you want as a politician. That's what you want as someone supposedly representing the people, you know? So,
let me say this about Rob. Rob's my treasurer on my campaign. He's a very, very good friend of mine.
Yep.
He's probably one of the hardest working representatives. I don't call him a politician.
Yeah.
Because he is. He's out there. He's doing stuff every day for Austintown and looking out for his community. He's a great representative for Austintown, and he's a great example of what you should do.
Yeah. I defend him because people attack Rob because he's very, you know, he is an outspoken. He says he's a Republican, he's outspoken, and he gets attacked. And I do defend him because it's ridiculous some of the stuff they throw.
So what is something, Geno? What is something right now that the county commissioners, in your opinion, are doing wrong that you want to fix, and how are you going to fix it? What are you going to do differently that they're currently doing wrong?
Well, I'll tell you this, as far as I talk about economic development with gas stations and dollar stores and car washes.
Okay.
Mahoning County, and I've said it at all the forums, it's no secret, the last 4 years between Mahoning and Trumbull County, and these numbers are from the chamber, have had investment in our two communities to the tune of about $4.6 billion with a B. Now over $4 billion has gone to Trumbull County. So what we've got left over is crumbs. And the roads we drive on, the roads that we passed the tax, let's not, we absolutely, they put it on the ballot and we passed it.
I see the sign. There's a sign down on Dobbins Road or what? No, not Dobbins. What is that? Klingon, 2.25 work or something like that. I think it is.
Yeah. Well, the engineer's doing a good job with that money, and he is. I mean, but the roads we're paving lead to gas stations and dollar stores.
Right.
There has to be something. There's a gap there between our county government and people wanting to come in and invest. Because why would you drive out Mahoning Avenue and make a right on 45 and go build out there, or make a right out on the Bailey Road, and you're in Trumbull County? When we're miles.
So what do you mean our roads lead to dollar stores? What are you referring to?
Well, I'm saying we spent money on the roads.
Okay.
But we're not getting anything here substantial, in my opinion, as far as economic development.
As far as big business, yeah, he's saying, Isaac. Yeah.
Why is that so that happens? Technically, that happens because of the economy of our area. Dollar stores, car repair places like AutoZone, car washes, those are all key indicators of an area that's struggling because people can't afford a very nice grocery store. They can't afford nicer cars, so they're always fixing their cars, and they're not they're washing their cars. So it's an economic problem of our area in general. That's why
I completely agree, and that's why I'm running.
Do you want to are you going to stop those businesses from coming to try?
No, I don't have to. Boardman already put a moratorium on them.
I saw
and
that.
Youngstown put a moratorium on them because they said that we're oversaturated with that kind of stuff. Why aren't we getting the investment here for industry or even shops like ours? We have the guy I work for employs about 60 or 70 people, and he pays a good wage. That's what we have to attract. And there's some reason why we are not attracting those jobs. Like I said, there's a gap. Now we rely a lot on the chamber and the Port Authority, and there's one other entity to do all of our economic development.
Why do you think? Why do you think there's a gap? Like, why? I mean, if you're going to run, I want to get into this a little bit with the business. So like, why do you think there's a gap? Would be number one, and then number two, it would be, what are you going to do as a commissioner? Because you have a lot of these naysayers on Facebook saying Geno doesn't know what he's doing. Geno doesn't know the definition of a commissioner.
That's fine.
Yeah, and that's fine, dude. Trust us. We know
Look,
about
I'm a Browns fan. They can say whatever they want.
Yeah,
They're
exactly.
not gonna hurt my feelings.
People don't like us either. I don't give a shit. But what? So why is there a gap, and what would you do what's your plans to try and bring in new business?
Well, I think we could move some of the economic development back into the county's purview. We could do it. Like I said, they turn it all over to the chamber. The chamber goes to our Convention and Visitors Bureau, tries to get information about Mahoning County to sell Mahoning County. I'm hearing it's very hard to sell Mahoning County. Now, whether it's due to the past corruption that we've had, people just don't want to deal with us or deal here. I don't know exactly what it is. But I would be out every day, and I'm going to work to seek investors and to seek companies. And I'm sure they're there. There's people, because there's state money to involve. And I also know that there's grants that we don't even apply for. There's grants from the state to get projects or even land, shovel ready.
Yeah.
That we don't even go after. I would suggest we hire a liaison, and believe me, there's enough waste in county government to hire a liaison to go down to the state and these different organizations to find more grants and more money, or to seek out people that are looking for places. How come Amazon doesn't have a bigger facility here? We have it. We just have to. We have to put more of our effort into it. It seems like, again, because it's always the same. We're going to get reelected. We're going to work only as hard as we have to get reelected. We have to work harder because we deserve better than we're getting. Absolutely.
is it, Isaac? What do you think? I mean, I'm gonna ask. Is it location? Why don't we have I drove down to the Pittsburgh airport or by down that way. There's that giant cracker plant down there. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about? It is impressive.
That's like a $4 or $5 billion project. I watch it going up.
Yeah, and then you have like Trumbull County even has like, okay, it goes in and out, but you have like the where the Lordstown used to be, but then there's a battery thing. Mahoning County, what do we have like big business wise, really, if you think about it? Like, can you name one, Isaac? A big business in Mahoning County? Other than the hospital?
Well,
so I feel like we have so much in Mahoning County. We have so much housing and and then there's like, it's not big.
Geno,
I can tell you, there's tracts of land we could develop, but we have, whether it's lack of desire, lack of effort. I don't know. I can't tell you exactly what it is, but I'm going to work every day. I promise I'm going to work every day to the means of those ends. We're going to bring something here. But we have to sell it. And like I said, I don't know if it's because of the politics of Mahoning County or what it is, but you're talking about the Trumbull County, the investment in Trumbull County.
Yeah.
There's two gas-fired power plants. I heard originally those were supposed to go into North Jackson, and instead they went to Lordstown.
Right.
Did they say why they chose Lordstown over North Jackson?
Yeah, well, I mean, they were supposed to be. I heard again, when you're running for office, everybody tells you 100 different things. Right. They tried to put those things out in North Jackson, and for some reason, they went like 3 miles from North Jackson, so it wasn't like, oh, we're going to go 40 miles over here because we could jump right on the turnpike. There's a gap we have to fill, and we have to work harder at filling those gaps and finding out why they're not coming here. Right. I mean, I think people are ready to invest if we get the tax cuts that we've been promised for as far as nationally, people bringing money back here, there'll be more stuff, and people will come here. I mean, we'll have people to fill those jobs. I mean, they filled the battery plant. They filled the home goods warehouse out there.
Huge, yeah.
I think it's either warehouse or one of the companies on the old WCI plant, on the old WCI steel mill property. They're going to build a big paper factory.
Yeah,
and that'll be hundreds and hundreds of jobs. Now, why are they going to Warren?
JX facility, is that North Jackson? Is that technically Mahoning?
What's that? North Jackson? Yeah, it's Mahoning.
Okay. Because that's the biggest one I can think of for sure.
Yeah. So I mean, Geno, it sounds like you kind of know what you're talking about a little bit. So that's good. Like because one of the things I've heard, which just cracks me up, is we need somebody with experience. We need somebody. We need somebody that's not a truck driver. We need somebody that's been a lead. And again, it's just the typical.
But it's like experience being a politician and in there now. Like the guy that was in there, like I'm tired of the shady shit. Like I don't care. And I hate that it always goes back to the stupid parties. And like that's what it just always seems to, we get pulled apart and it's all about the parties. I just don't want a guy as our commissioner that was stealing freaking signs like a child. And I don't want a guy or a girl that was in there and kicked somebody or fired somebody who had cancer because they sat at the wrong freaking table. That's childish.
It's politics over people.
About politics to care about how any of this stuff works, but like shady, crappy human beings.
Can I give you an example?
Representatives is not okay.
Yeah,
that's
real
all
fast.
I care about.
Geno, before you go, to add to Isaac's point about them firing the janitor, this is the other thing that really pisses me off. Is they broke freaking every freaking Open Meetings Act and Sunshine Law they did it because they didn't have a meeting for it, Isaac. They met. You remember the open meetings? They're supposed to make an announcement. They're supposed to call a meeting. They didn't do any of that. He was gone like 2 days later. It was just so ridiculous.
So like I don't care in none of the national political party bullshit that you hear in the news or like complaining about either side or any of the topics that everybody covers, guns, abortion, drugs, all this stuff. None of that matters to me on this level. Because even if you guys, however you feel about those hot topics, honest to God, at this level doesn't even matter. All I want
it absolutely
is a good person that has a good head on their shoulders, that takes calls when people try and call them and hear the people out. That's literally all I care about. And the current situation is not good. When somebody is doing that shady shit, they need to go. And then if Geno sucks, gets in there, and ends up being a piece of crap, we get him out and we get somebody else in. I don't care if they have an R or a D by their name. I literally don't care. I am just tired.
Look out, Geno. You got Isaac going on a roll now, buddy.
Good, let him go. This is good.
I'm so tired of the local crap and freaking polishing each other's all the people in the government working together and paying each other off and doing shady shit. I'm tired of it. And that's
if you don't have a voice or a set of eyes, that's what you're going to get, because they all do it for each other. They cover for each other, and I don't want to be a disruptor, but I know what it takes to earn a dollar. I go out every day to earn dollars. Believe me, I got to work. I work every day. I'm about ready to retire. I'm about had enough. But then to see that money that I pay in, be it sales tax, property tax, anything else, totally wasted. You know, when they made the announcement, Dave was the chairman last year when he came out and said, "Oh yeah, we had a settlement." And the insurance, he goes, "We didn't do anything wrong, but the insurance company paid $175,000. So it didn't cost anybody in the county anything. The insurance paid it." And then the big thing about their conversation was, well, what was the split? How much did the attorney get? How much did he get? Well, yeah, Carol says, I want to know how much what the hell's the difference? You try to destroy a guy.
Yeah.
You cost us $175,000 plus dollars. I'm sure there was a deductible. They had to pay the attorneys, all because of politics and your politics. That's the only reason. And because it's not their money, it didn't matter. He goes, oh, it was $175,000 and the insurance company paid it. Well, damn it, we pay the premiums, and I'll bet the premiums went up, and we pay the deductible on that. And I'll bet that cost us. Believe me, it's just the whole thing. I am, honest to God, I'm a regular guy, and I just want to do the right thing, because I was raised to do the right thing and you'll get your reward. You know what I'm saying? My reward would be to see a better Mahoning County. Honest to God, I don't need this. I work all day, every day, and I've probably been campaigning for 3 years, a lot the last few months, a lot more. But this is not easy. And everybody says you're crazy. It's Mahoning County. They're not going to vote for a Republican. I tell them, you know what? I don't care if you're a Republican, Democrat, black, white, Martian, or anything. That doesn't matter.
What was it? 140 votes you lost by? What was it?
130.
Oh, good Lord.
Now, I'll say this. I got 44,000 some votes, and she got 44, whatever. She got 130 more.
Yeah.
But there's only like 17,000 registered Republicans in Mahoning County, or there. Somebody will probably fact check me. There's maybe 19,000 registered Democrats, and I got 44,000 votes. So there's a lot of people that are ready for a change. Mm-hmm. And again, this isn't the sheriff. You don't need a degree in law enforcement. This isn't a coroner. I'm not doing autopsies. This job is basically, like Isaac said, taking calls and working for the residents, protecting their tax dollars, and doing the right thing. And they're not doing the right thing. They're not collectively. And then how about when they have their meetings on Thursday at 10 o'clock? You know, somebody asked me one time, how many meetings have you been to? I said, well, I'm sorry, when they have them, I'm working. But I do religiously, I watch them when they pop up on YouTube. I watch every meeting. They come on about 1 o'clock.
I think the time of those meetings at the county, and I think Youngstown, the city of Youngstown has them at those times, are intentionally at that time so people cannot attend. That is because why else would you do it at 10 a.m. on a Thursday? Who in God's name?
Why don't we have them when people who are working, are fortunate to be working, to go attend that meeting? And then the best part of it is, that's one of the first things I'm going to change.
Yeah.
Is you get 3 minutes to speak. Now I went to a couple. Carol was the
oh boy.
president. Oh yeah. She goes, we have a staff meeting. You only get 2 minutes. I said, don't even go there. I'll talk as long as I want to talk. But then if you ask them a question, you could go there and speak. They'll allow you in their presence to speak to them, but they don't answer any questions.
Right.
Unless you're there telling them what a great job they're doing, then they'll banter back and forth. I mean, that's just when could you ask your representative in a meeting? You know what I'm saying? When is the right time? This isn't the time for that. Well, I got to ask you why you're doing this. Say I go in there and I says, why are you paving this road and not that road? This is not the time for that. Well, when can I ask you as a board? There's no time. They schedule nothing. I want to be very transparent. You want to ask me a question, I'll answer anything. I was at a forum the other night. I says, please, if I answer them fast, could I get more questions?
Yeah.
Because people have to know the difference and what really accessibility and approachability everybody has, and to be,
How are you going to do, again, totally 180 here, by the way, this is my ADHD kicking in. How are you going to do if you do get elected working with, Travis Connie is running right now. So Rigetti and possible Travis Connie. I mean, how's it going to work? Is that going to be awkward when you walk in there like, hey?
Not at all. I've seen Carol. She stuck her finger. The last time we were close, she stuck her finger in my chest, and I told her, "Don't go there, Carol." So, I mean, some people in government are very intimidating. I'm not intimidated. I'll have 1/3 of the voices in a room, and I'll tell you what I'll do. There should be nothing secret. Every meeting should be open.
Yeah.
If they give me their opinion, it's 180 degrees. I'm going to come out and say, hey guys, this is what, your representative wants to do. Here's why I'm against it. It's not just going to be rubber stamp. Yes, 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 yes. People should know those conversations. People should know why their money's being spent the way it is. Let me tell you another real quick story. And this was brought up to me, and I've done some investigating, and I'm going to go deeper.
Yeah.
Out at the Walmart in Austintown.
Okay.
Back in 1993, there was some kind of deal between the trustees were trying to get a Walmart in that location.
Okay.
The county came in and they promised Walmart for in perpetuity or whatever, forever. They would build a water retention pond on that property and maintain it. Now that's on private property. I don't think they could have done that. I think that was wrong back then when they did that.
Right. So
when they were building another, ironically, car wash next door, the county engineer went out and surveyed, to see what the requirements would be. Well, he saw that water retention pond was completely failing. So he told Austintown, he says, you're going to have to get Walmart to fix that because nobody knew about this deal that was buried in some contract somewhere. So evidently Austintown wrote to Walmart and Walmart didn't fix it. So Austintown zoning then fined Walmart for it.
Oh boy.
And Walmart comes up with this contract from, it was either 1993 or 1995, saying that the county was going to be liable for it. So we're not fixing it, you fix it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's the county's responsibility to fix it. Austintown went to the commissioners and says, are you going to fix this? They says, no, we're not going to do it, but here's $500,000, you fix it. Austintown trustees, here's your gift. We're giving you $500,000 to fix your problem.
On Walmart's private property.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. Now, number one, why did they push it through Austintown? It just smells dirty. Why didn't they just fix it? It was theirs. Why did they have? Maybe it was an opportunity for a photo op to say, hey, look, Austintown, we're giving you $500,000 to fix your problem.
It's amazing the amount of pictures I'm seeing from Ditzler and Rigetti and it makes me laugh because they hold these checks up. Isaac, you ever see them? They hold these checks up like, we're giving this blah 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 to this township, and all I'm thinking is that's my freaking money you're giving, and you're taking credit for it.
Do you see that?
Our tax money. You know what I mean? It's like, hey, dick.
Yeah, it's your money, people. This is the last mailer that the county sent out. It says Fall Issue 2024, Issue 10. Now we got one of these this year, and it come out at election time.
Yep. In
this color brochure, 4-page, I'm sure this was at least $50,000 to print because I bought mailers and sent them.
I'd love to know how much that costs.
over $50,000. I'll tell you that. It was over 50 grand. Now, wait a minute. There's 13 pictures in here. I think 11 of them are of the commissioners giving checks out just before the election.
Yeah.
Now, if they want to send out some kind of communication from the commissioners, maybe if it had places where poor people could get help, or it had emergency numbers where you could call to get help, or if there's some kind of direction, something for the county, for the residents. All this is pages and pages of pictures of them giving out money, telling you what a great job they're doing. Now, the other night at a forum, Disler says, "Oh, he's stepping over dollars to get pennies." And they were $50,000. It cost $50,000.
Right.
And those aren't pennies to the residents of Mahoning County. Not many. There's maybe 4 people. I don't know, maybe the Schusters and a few others where it wouldn't matter. But I mean, us working stiffs, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money of your money to send out at election time with their pictures on it. Telling me what a great job they're doing. I've told them time and time again, do a great job, and you won't have to advertise what a great job you do.
Yep, exactly. How much does a commissioner make a year?
I'll tell you this. I think it's like $108,000 a year.
Is it really?
It's supposedly a part-time job, and they'll say, "Oh yeah, I work full-time." No, they don't. I guarantee you right now, I'll put a time clock in there and I'll punch in and punch out every day, and I won't even charge extra for the weekends because there's enough going on in the county. There's enough people that need help. There's enough things to look at where they have to be there every day. They should be there every day. They get that, and then they get put into their PERS, and they've all been in long enough to be every day is another. I don't know how much in their PRS. Plus the county benefit for like $30-some thousand a year.
What's your health insurance look like? Anything good?
What's that? The health insurance is over 30 grand a year for the commissioners, I'm sure.
Wow.
That's a figure I heard. Plus their PERS is like 17 or 18,000 a year.
Let's run for commissioner next time Rigetti's up.
You should. Let me tell you. I'll save some T-posts if this don't work.
Geno's going for that old man health insurance. He wants the good stuff.
Yeah, that's it. Listen, I work for a great company and we have good insurance. Honest to God. I swear to God, who believe me or who doesn't believe me, I never knew what the job paid and I didn't care. When I ran last time, I didn't know. I thought it was like a state rep. I thought it was maybe 60 grand.
When's Rigetti up again, Geno?
Was she what?
When's she up for re-election?
Oh, 2 years.
Isaac, I'm going to run against Rigetti.
Well,
do it. I just like.
I'm going to run against Rigetti, and then Geno can just tell me what to do. I'm going to rubber stamp whatever you want, Geno.
Okay. Yeah.
The other thing that
can you talk to my wife if she would do that? But
the other thing that pisses me off like royally is when everybody like you said it, Luke, or maybe it was you, Geno, who's like, "Oh, why are you trying to run as a Republican? You know that'll never work." And it's all that tells me is that all of these people in the air, everyone in the area has been convinced and brainwashed and given away power to these stupid political parties that have.
You better be careful. Geno was at that Trump rally. He's a hardcore Republican.
So, national politics on a local level. Why are you voting party lines? Yep. Why are you giving these political parties total control of everything that happens in our area by just going down and going all left or going down and going all right? Like, it does not make any sense. If it's the last thing I do in this area, I'm going to convince everybody that this tribalism and these political parties are pointless.
People will attack you on Facebook sometimes. I love screwing. I mean, you know this. I love screwing with people on Facebook.
Yeah.
And they will attack you with no reason, right? And it's like, he's doing this, he's doing that. I'm like, okay, but what evidence do you have? What proof do you have? There's no evidence. There's no proof. Isaac, it is always because, and then I go to that person's Facebook page.
It's a banner. It's a Kamala Harris banner.
Yeah,
it's exactly. That's all it is. And it's like, you people are so predictable. It's crazy.
I took a 32-second video Saturday. We had great seats. We were real close to the stage of Trump dancing.
Yeah, I saw that.
And put it on my Facebook. It had like 79,000 views. 79,000.
Wow.
I've never had anything like that happen before. And most of them are people that hate Trump. And that's fine. At first I was going through, there's been like 8,500 comments. I couldn't get rid of everybody that, was bad mouthing Trump.
Yeah.
But it's not about national politics. I believe why I believe in my politics. But that has nothing to do with, like Isaac said, it doesn't matter if you're Republican or Democrat.
I agree.
Yeah.
I'm fighting for this area. I don't have Republican. I don't have Republican on my signs, and he doesn't have Democrat.
Yeah.
We have local politics, and I think within the last 4 years, they've allowed the judges to put
that's
what
crazy.
party.
It's for the parties. What was it? It's for when the
I think it's everything above common pleas.
Election. It's the what's it called? The preliminary or whatever, the primaries. I think they're Republican, Democrat. That's crazy to have the judges be Republicans and Democrats.
Yeah. Well,
do they let you when you do stuff like that? Do they let you choose not to say your political party, or you have to?
Well, you're buying advertising. I mean, you could say whatever. You don't have to. There's no edict that says you have to declare. Of course, when you file your petitions, you declare, you're a Republican.
But when you declare, you said advertising. When you declare, what happens? That
get money from the Republican
makes it a benefit to you.
Yeah. Do you get money from the Republican Party in Mahoning County? Or
no, I haven't gotten anything this year. And contrary to what somebody says over and over, I got no First Energy money. I want to make that.
I was going to ask, how corrupt are you? That one guy, Rick, man, he is off his freaking rocker. I don't know what he is.
And I feel bad. I used to feel bad for him. Now I have no empathy or pity for him anymore.
Yeah.
But if that is something, and I swear to you, the only thing that could be is when you're running a campaign, the Republican Party gives you an option. If you want to do your mailers through them, you get a cheaper mailer rate and a cheaper rate on printing. So you're going to send out a mailer, and whoever your consultant is or whatever tells them how many they want. They tell you how much it is. They tell you how much it would be for them to do it. You write a check to the party, and then they make an in-kind contribution for that, and it's perfectly legal. Everybody does it. You know what I'm saying? It's not. It's not a franking privilege, but you're using the party's buying power.
What we're talking about real fast for those of you guys, no idea. There's some guy on Facebook. His name's Rick. He was a former politician at some point. Has it out for Geno, saying Geno was taking First Energy money. But like his dots he's connecting don't add up. It's like
no, he don't. He likes
that Geno was in the Republican Party, so because he's in the Republican Party, he got money from them. I'm like, what are you talking about?
I said, geez, oh man. I said, hook me up. If you can get me First Energy, I'll take anybody's cash at this point. No, I'm just God.
Yeah, right. Seriously.
Right, dude, careful.
And I don't take cash.
Clip that.
I don't take cash. But another thing, I talk a lot about character, and you can question my character, but if you're going to question my character, you better back it up.
Yeah.
Here's a little example. Now, my opponent's wife works at the Board of Elections. Unless they're the only two people in the world that don't talk to each other when they go home. He has to know what the conditions are in that building. Yeah. I mean, it's his building. It's Oak Hill Renaissance Center. It's his building.
Beatrice was going off about it the other day at a meeting.
Exactly.
Right?
So at the forum last Monday, he got a question from somebody. I don't even know who it was. Well, of course, I wasn't allowed to ask him questions. But he says, why is the Board of Election? Why do they want to move out of Oak Hill? Oh, he was like astounded. He says, well, as a board, and I've never heard anything that, he goes, we might make some changes. Maybe we'll build on. But I have no knowledge of them wanting to move. Then you go back like 2 board meetings ago, Beatrice talking to Sandy Barger and the others, even Tom jumped in and says, yeah, it's on the commissioner's agenda.
And he doesn't
the
even
building,
know
they have, because that building is so old, and I've taken pictures inside there. It's terrible.
Yeah.
He said our voting machines are underwater or covered by tarps in case the pipe bursts. Wow. He said the building's horrific. The whole setup is horrific. Yeah. He says, I got to find some commercial real estate guys to get me out of here. And then Sandy says, oh yeah. She goes, I know some guys. She goes, we're looking. They discussed the size of the building they were looking for. They needed a loading dock. All this, and Ditzler didn't know any of this.
Yeah.
And he's supposed to be well, if he went to work every day, maybe he would know. Or if he talked to his wife possibly when he went home at night, which maybe he doesn't.
Yeah.
But for him to get up there and say, nope, I didn't know anything about this, that's his character.
Yeah.
He can stand there and lie to you because he's uncomfortable with the truth. You know what? Sometimes the truth makes you uncomfortable. But if you can't tell people, especially if you're an elected official, that's an honor. And with that honor comes some responsibility to at least try to tell the truth.
Yeah.
He can't do it. He just can't do it.
You know the Oak Hill building? You've been in there, Isaac?
I don't know. I don't know what.
Listen, I'll send you pictures I took 2 years ago.
Dump.
You could close the door in your house. You know, if you got company coming over, the wife says, throw everything on the bed. You know, you guys do that, right?
Yeah.
Well, you know, stuff everything away so the room looks so nice and clean. Well, how about somebody opens your door and there's mold and peeling paint just outside of where the public goes every day?
Yeah.
It's moldy. There's peeling paint. The ceiling tiles are falling through because the water's come through there. And they've had many times where they had to shut the building down because a pipe broke or something. But here's my point. We've owned that building for so many years. They probably put $30 million into it.
Wow.
Now, the Jobs and Family Services is like the cash cow down there because the state pays them to have it there.
Yeah.
And that they take that money plus money out of the general fund or whatever to support that building. If they would have had any forethought or now there's hindsight to build something new. Now, Ditzler said the other night, we're talking about tearing down the parking deck and we're going to add on to the building. We're going to get rid of the old part of the hospital. How about somebody asked Mr. Ditzler about the property they're buying in Austintown to try to put JFS out there? Now, he didn't want to say that at the forum the other night because people don't want to hear the jobs are leaving Youngstown. But they are. They're absolutely. The veterans are already, thank God, our veterans are getting a better place to go. They are. The title agency does want to move. The Board of Elections is hunting for a spot. And he's going to tell you everything's fine with our building that we've been paying for all these years. It's not okay. Believe me, it's not okay.
Hold on. I was trying to find a picture of that Oak Hill building. I can't find it online right now. Let's try to. There it is. Ugh.
It's
Isaac, you know what's in there? Have you ever been like there's like what did I get? Like a license thing or something like that. What did I have to go down there for my birthday? I forget what it was.
Yeah, pure motor vehicles, probably license transfers and stuff.
Yeah, it was something I couldn't do. It was something I couldn't do in Boardman, so I had to go down there to do it. Man, that place is freaking nasty.
Do you have a picture of it? Can you pull it up or no?
Yeah, let me grab it real fast. Hold on here. It's down off of 680 on the left down there.
It's on Oak Hill. It's the old Southside Hospital. It's the old Southside Hospital.
Let's see.
And then, I know Jobs and Family Services, and I don't know the problem because I'm not there every day. But there's like 40 people a day that call off. Up to 40 people a day call off of that building. That puts a hell of a strain on the ones that are left. That serve the residents.
The picture I picked up, the picture I just did it. I didn't even do it on purpose. Auditor, Oak Hill Renaissance Place still bleeding millions of county dollars. That's in 2021.
Yeah, it's still bleeding. And we're told that, there's nothing, you don't know there's a problem. Well, go to work.
Yeah. Wow.
Go open a door. I'll take him on a tour.
So how we got 15 minutes left. If anybody's watching at home would like to ask a question, feel free. You got your buddy Santos.
I'll answer quick so I can get a lot.
Yeah. If anybody has any questions, David says 108,000. Put him in jail. That's no doubt. This guy, Joe, was at the me and my boys and me and my kids and Brian went to the haunted house the other day. Joe was one of the monsters there. Nicole Gordon says, I want to drive over that Ditzler sign on the corner of Bears Den and Meridian blocking the way. He puts his signs. I do want to say this, and I said I was going to talk about it, in the most obnoxious places. They're like abandoned buildings. Did you notice that? Like, Isaac, have you noticed that?
Are you allowed to do that? Like, how far off the road?
You know what? I don't even know. He's got them on, if you come in 422 at 616, there's that little bridge right there. He's got them on both sides of there. Honest to God, everywhere I have a sign, it was requested. Yeah. And I feel I'm okay with that. If he puts, I have like 150 big signs out, 4x4s, and I have over 1,000 little signs out.
Yeah.
if he has 5,000 of each and he stuck them on a corner or stuck them on an empty lot or something, I'm okay with that. Because there's nobody there voting, and it is obnoxious. There's a BP in Austintown where the Democrats lined it. I mean, I don't know if the property owner told me he could. Evidently told me he could do it.
Yeah.
You know what's
But I don't
fun
care.
about
If you see my sign in somebody's yard, you know, that person, everybody in that family, hopefully is voting for me.
Isaac, what'd you say?
You know what's fun about political signs is you drive.
You're real quiet, Isaac. Get closer to your computer.
You drive through a neighborhood, right, and you see a yard, and it has all of the signs, right? So all of the signs of one political party, and it's just Harris, just all Dems,
right,
or all Republicans. And I just like people think that by doing that, I'm supporting these people, I'm supporting this party, I am, all behind these, and all it says to me is that person is a brainwashed idiot that I do not want to have a conversation with, because that person is not going to hear anything that I have to tell them because they have drank the Kool-Aid fully.
Look, Santos says he has a Democrat sign in his yard. Who do you got, Santos? Who is it? Who are you supporting?
It's just so gross.
He does.
So sad.
I had a couple other questions I wanted to ask you too. I was thinking about it here. So you're gonna be able to work with Trafficani. Oh, he's got Anthony in there. There you go. He's got Trafficani in there. There you go. Let's see here. Oh yeah, Tracy wanted to know too.
With your interactions with Trafficani, Geno, have they been good? Like why do I see? So that's the second. Santos is Republican, and then who did I talk to? Mayor Tim from Poland today he had an Anthony Trafficani.
Well, that's because they went to school together, though.
Yeah, because he went to school with him.
Yeah.
How have your interactions with him been, and do you like him? How do you feel about him as a person and not just as a politician?
Well, let's say this: when everything that happened would happen with Rick and Morrison, Anthony Trafficani stood up and he said, "This isn't right," and I'm going to tell him what happened. And Anthony told the truth. And Anthony basically made sure things weren't the way they always were in Mahoning County. He told the truth. Now, I talk to everybody. It's a joke. I tell people, if you're at Sam's Club, if you're at a gas station, if you're at a bank, wherever you are, and I see you, I'm going to come up to you and say, "Hey, I'm running for Mahoning County Commissioner. My name's Geno Defabio. Would you consider voting for me?" And they all say, almost to a person, "Who you running against?" And I tell them, Ditzler. And a lot of times they get a scowl on their face. "Oh, Ditzler," but that's beside the point. But they say, "Well, Anthony's a good guy. Anthony's a good guy." So I know Commissioner Trafficani pretty well. But I'll say to a person, no one have I've talked to, and I've talked to literally thousands of people, I'll tell you, the last 3 years. No one said that he's not fair or that he's not doing his job. They have. And I absolutely could work with Anthony Trafficani.
Yeah. We
and
had him
I'll be able to work with Carol. I'll be able to work with Carol.
We had Trafficani on our podcast a long time ago, right?
I want to say 2020, 2021.
Yeah, I think we were in COVID. We were trapped in COVID, if I remember correctly. And he seemed like a really nice guy. I mean, he's from Poland. The people around
Poland playing his guitar. Remember that?
And I teamed him. I said, if everybody loves you, because everybody says, "Oh, but don't mess with Trafficani."
Yeah.
I said, "Anthony, you're lying to half of them, because there's got to be something. You can't be that loved." But when I go to the forums, the guy does it right. I mean, everybody comes up to him. Everybody appreciates the job he does. And again, I don't care if you're a Republican or Democrat. I'm not going to see that. I want to do what's best for the people of my county.
You think it's with him, what makes him successful is communication and honesty.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And actually doing what people need.
Yeah.
And being accessible and performing for people. I had a guy, I went to the St. Michael's Creek Fest in Campbell. They had a food fest there. And I know some people from Campbell. And so they said, "Hey, come up, we'll introduce you to some people." The one guy I talked to for a few minutes, and he said, "Your opponent was here last night." I said, "Well, that's nice." He goes, yeah, he stuck his hand out. He goes, I don't know from Adam. And he said, Ditzler. And I said, what? He goes, Ditzler. Like I was supposed to, I'm Dave Ditzler. You can't approach people like that. That's just, it's arrogance.
I have heard that. I have heard that. And we know, Isaac and I know a lot of people. I have heard that.
He's very arrogant.
Bunch of people saying he's arrogant, saying he was in a restaurant, saying, I had a waitress come up to me one time and said, I know you don't like Ditzler. He was in here and he was so arrogant. Like I've heard it over and over and over. It's crazy. That is, funny. I mean, that is me not lying. That is honest.
And I'll tell you, funny story, honest to God, this is true. I don't lie. I don't have to. But I was coming out of the eye doctor's this morning. I went up to get new glasses. And a lady was walking in. So I actually hurried to hold the door for her, right? She looks at me, she goes, Geno. And I said, Maria, here it was my cousin.
Okay.
She goes, you're so sweet. I says, Maria, I said, I didn't know that was you. I said, that's how I was taught. You hold the door for a lady. You treat people with respect and dignity, and you do nice things for people. You don't tear their signs out. You don't fire them for who they support. And you certainly don't stick your hand out and say, Defabio, don't do that. That all goes to character.
Yeah. Let me go. We got 7 minutes left. I'm going to ask you right now.
Sure.
How you feeling about the election coming up?
I feel very good. I feel so good. I can't tell you. This is the second time.
You did against Rigetti?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I had no idea what to expect against. I've never ran for anything in my life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? She's been there. She's the stalwart. She's the Iron Lady down there, or whatever you want to call her. She's been there 52 years. Right. I had no idea what to do. And when the early votes came out,
52 years.
What's that?
52 years
between the Board of Elections. She first worked in the courthouse. Her father did something, so she got out of high school and worked at the courthouse. Then she was 30 years at the Board of Elections. Wow. Then she retired and went to work at City Council, and then she left City Council and went to work for the county. I mean, she's commissioner, so she's been in government over 50-some years total.
And Ditzler's been there a long time too. He was like a trustee, and then he was with the Dem Party. He was in the Democratic Party for a while, and running all kinds of stuff.
What's funny about him? He's using a clip from a call he made to Ron Verb, and how Ron Verb's supporting him.
Yeah.
Well, I got a call I could have easily put in a commercial where Ron Verb said that he's a tyrant. He shouldn't be anywhere near public service for what he did.
Yeah.
And that kind of rubs me, but I don't worry about things.
Yeah.
But I mean, he takes little clips. He's got some kind of, I'm friends with the sheriff. I'm friends with Jerry Green.
Mm-hmm.
Well, because he's a commissioner, he gets to take a lot of pictures with Jerry Green, and he's got them on his literature. It's on his, I got pictures of me and my wife on some of my literature and some of my thing. I don't know if he got a bromance with Jerry or what he's trying to do, but I mean, Jerry's a great job. He's doing a great job as sheriff, but Ditzler has to hang his hat on Jerry's popularity, and that's fine. I mean, whatever. I
hope you win because we need something new. I mean, and Isaac, you agree with that? Is that? I mean,
yeah. No, I think you need change from what's currently happening, and I will be the first one to sit here and say, the second Geno screws up and starts doing stupid stuff, it's like just as fast as we wanted him in there, we want him out. Like that
we'll be in my backyard, and Isaac will be behind me swinging a fishing pole at stuffed animals at you, Geno.
And I welcome that, and I think that's called accountability. Yeah. And I will be accountable. I will be accountable for my actions and my deeds. Yeah. And if I don't do anything, which won't, believe me, that won't happen. I often tell them, I says, you wouldn't need, if you actually did something. When I went to knock on a door, people would say, well, who's my commissioner now? They wouldn't say that. They have no idea what they do. They just stay down there for their half-hour meetings. And I suggest, I think you guys have seen the pictures from Oak Hill. Why don't they move their offices to Oak Hill if that's such a panacea? Why do they have to be in the courthouse? You know what I mean? I say that space should be used for judges and the prosecutors and everything else. Why do you have to be in the ivory tower and you make our residents go to that Oak Hill building?
It's nasty.
To get our services, and they're our customers, they're our residents. It's not fair.
I felt bad for the deputies that are down there working at like the security thing when you walk in, and I mean that's
they're great guys. I'll tell you what, I have a lot of support with the deputies, regardless of who the endorsements go to.
Right.
And there's 100 things we could talk about as far as what I don't see going on right, but we're not going to do that. We're going to talk about what I'm going to do right.
Well, we're at an hour, Isaac.
I will say this before we go to. I will say this to you, Geno. Take what Traficani has done. So, and what the good things people say about Traficani, like we said, honesty, transparency, proper communication. Like those are not positive attributes of any single political party. They are positive attributes of a good person.
Yeah,
absolutely. I agree with that.
To move forward with, and if you can do those three things, Geno, you'll be successful and you'll get voted, whatever, and we'll move forward. But those three things are super important, and we need that in our area. And it's not about the stupid political parties.
Exactly. I totally agree.
All right. Well, Geno, when you win, will you come back on the show?
I'm never coming back. If I win, I'm never coming back. I'll be done with
it. he's gonna be in there. I'd like to thank everybody. Everyone is election night.
Listen. When I win,
guys, bros.
Listen, when I win, I'm telling you right now. When I win, I'm coming back. And I'm gonna have Santos sit next to me. I'm saying, Rob, go get me a coffee. I'm right.
Yeah, right.
Rob, go get me some coffee. Maybe a
Rob, fill this up.
They're going to be interviewing him, and they're going to be like, Geno, is it true that you went on the MLO Bros podcast and they helped you get to where you are? And you're just going to be like, I have no idea what you're talking
about. No comment. Next. No comment. We don't take the place for questions, right? I'll say no. That we don't take questions here.
Robert just said, "I'll spit in it." He's gonna spit in your coffee.
Great guy.
All right. Well, Geno, dude, we're cheering for you. I know you got one vote for me for sure because I mean obviously. So I wish you the best of luck. We'll be watching, and I'm gonna hold you to it. That we're gonna get you on right after you win, and we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna see what we got. So.
I appreciate your support, and I appreciate anybody out there that's listening that like what they hear and that know me or don't know me. You want to find out. I have my phone numbers online, my email, everything. Any questions you have, I really do want to serve this community.
Awesome. All right, Geno. Well, hey, have a good night. You got it. He's got to go. He's got to go to bed. He's got to go to bed. It's kind of late. Past his bedtime.
I'm good.
Too late for his.
Thanks, guys.
All right,
I appreciate it.
We'll see you later, man.
All right. Good night. Thank you.
Bye. I genuinely, I hope he does it. I hope he gets elected. I hope he doesn't fuck up. Like, I hope he does a good job.
Yeah, I hope he does a good job too. But like, same thing. Like, we gotta hold him accountable. Gotta hold him accountable. It doesn't matter if we like him or we don't like him.
Listen,
gotta hold him accountable.
We are good friends with Mayor Tim in Poland. We give him shit constantly.
Right, 100%.
Right? I mean, yeah. You look at our track record, like people don't understand us because we don't play by the party lines. And like we'll get called a Dem, we'll get called Republicans, we get called this, we get called and it's like
forth and back and forth.
Yeah.
And it's not about that. Yeah. I have no loyalty to the stupid parties and their stupid opinions.
You and my kid got flipped off by a Republican Poland village guy. Right. Remember? He was Republican and you got flipped off by a village councilman. He was Republican.
Yeah,
I mean, there is no. Nikki Frenchko, she's a Republican. She hates us, so you can't say it's like a Democrat Republican thing. It's a freaking. We go after the people that deserve it. So, all right, what do we got? We don't really have anything else coming up, do we?
Oh, really? No. Just a bunch of real estate. We have the MLO Bros have a new listing coming Friday.
We have a new listing on Ohio. Anybody want to buy a house? And it's a nice one.
It's a nice one. Sure.
We have. I'll be releasing. If you didn't ever watch the video of me and the boys going through.
I watched a little bit of it from.
Dude, it was funny. Did you see Brian and I get absolutely terrified when we first walked in? The guy started a chainsaw right in our face.
No.
Dude, it was so funny. But I have a highlight.
I saw you guys. I think it was you guys walking in, and there was like a clown off in the distance that was like standing there.
Oh, dude, it was so much fun. If you haven't watched that video yet, I'm going to replay it on Thursday. I'm going to have a little trailer, like a little highlight film, but it's an hour and a half of us walking through these haunted houses. They knew we were coming. They told everybody we were coming. It was a blast. So it was fun. So, and then what else we got? I don't think we have anything else coming up. So we're good. So, hey, everybody, have a good night. We will see you all around. And if you need any real estate, Isaac and I are realtors. We are also loan officers. We are very, very busy with all that stuff. It's like I can't even breathe, but we're good.
Right.
So
Call
us, message us. We'd love to help you out. And yeah, we'll talk to you guys all later.
Bye, everybody.
Bye. Go Browns. Oh God, they're so bad.
Bye. Why don't we plant Deshaun Watson? All we got to do is take him, knock him out with some type of drug.
We're gonna kidnap Deshaun Watson?
Plant him in some kind of whorehouse or like massage parlor.
Where did this go?
And then we plant him in there, and then he wakes up and he's in a massage parlor, and we just send.
Did you just go there?
We call the news and we say Deshaun Watson is smart.
He's in a massage parlor naked.
Hang up. And then they go there, and then he loses his contract. And the Browns do something else.
Stop.
He loses all his money.
It's so
and then
bad.
we can get a new quarterback.
I'm not watching him again. I refuse to watch Browns. I'm done. I'm already done this season.
It just seems like I don't know. A lot of people, I don't know if it's Stefanski or not, but it seems to me like Stefanski is like being forced to work with him.
100%. 100%.
Because the back room, man,
they have to. They have
too
to.
Afraid that they
don't want to be wrong.
The worst choice in NFL history.
Yep, they don't want to be wrong. You know what? Let's ask Justin if he wants to come on from 330 Sports Show and talk about that. That'd be. I mean, we might not get a lot of people. I'd love to talk about the Browns.
Right.
Fucking train wreck. All right, everybody. We'll see you guys all later. I gotta go to bed. I'm so tired.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
1, 2, 3, 1.